So if I have this ordered pair, according to my 90 degrees, what does it tell me to do?
Change the y to negative.
The first thing it tells me to do is to switch the two. It tells me to send this one to the front and to send this one to the back. That's the first thing it tells me. That they are going to switch places. Now, what else does it tell me to do? It tells me that whatever y was, I'm going to change that sign. When it moves, it's going to change sign. That's what it tells me. I'm going to switch the two, and whatever it was originally, that one's going to change sign. The first one's not going to change sign. So it's just going to move to the back. And it's going to stay exactly what it was. Okay, so it's going to stay. So what is it going to become now when I do that? So if I switch the two and I change the sign. So negative 2 is going to move to the front and it's going to become what? Positive 2. 7 is going to move to the back and what? It's going to stay positive 7. So it becomes the ordered pair 2, 7 now. So again, these two are going to switch places. This comes to the front, this goes to the back. Only this back one is going to change sign. That's what it tells me on a 90 degrees. Only the last one is going to change sign. Does that make sense?
Yes, kind of.
Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Okay, we're going to do some more, so don't worry about it if you didn't get it on that one. Okay, let's look at another. Let's look at what 180 tells me. 180. 180 tells me that if I have the ordered pair negative 6, 1, then I'm going to do what? What did 180 tell me? Told me to leave them the way they were, but change both signs. All I need to do is to change both signs. That's all that it told me to do. I don't have to do anything else. Just simply change both signs, and I've got my new answer. So what's it going to be? Positive 6 and negative 1. I don't change the order. I don't do anything else. I just simply leave them the same, but change both signs. No moving. On 180, yes. So every 180, you leave them in the same order, but just change both signs.
Is that a sign or a sign like
What? This?
Yeah.
That's an arrow.
Oh, it
That's
look
your,
like
yeah.
it look like a symbol.
No, that's not a 7. That's just an arrow.
Okay.
Okay, and the last one. The last one that I gave you was 270. 270, you do not see that often, but if you run across it, you need to know. 270, so if I give you negative 3, negative 10, 270 is very similar to 90. What it told you to do was to, again, switch, but this time you change X. Okay? So we're going to move the negative 10 to the front. We're going to move the negative 3 to the back. But this time, we're gonna change the -3. So when it moves, it's gonna change some. And of course, that -10 would stay a -10. So, when I switch the two, what is now going to be in the front? The -10, and what's going to be in the back? +3. So -10 came to the front and stayed -10. But -3 went to the back and it changed to +3. That's what each one of them's telling you to do. Now what we're going to do is we're going to practice this before we ever start doing anything on the graph. Because what they want you to actually do is do this on the graph. You can't do this on the graph if you don't know what you're doing. So that's what we are going to do. We are going to actually do this before we actually get to the graph. Okay? So, any questions? Okay, so, first problem. Well, actually, this is the way I did it the other day. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Listen to me, on your notebook paper, I want you to pull these 3 points off the graph.
You guys know how to pull points?
Take the dots off. What is this ordered pair? That is 1, 2, 3. So that's -3 and +1. So write down the ordered pair.
We do right parentheses
-3, 1.
and -3, comma, 1.
That's what we're doing.
She's going to pull one.
So all I want you to do on this one is write down -3, 1. That is letter L. So all I want you to do is to write it like this. So you're writing down L is -3, 1. And then you're telling me what J is, and you're telling me what K is. I want to know what all 3 of those ordered pairs are. I don't want you to do anything else at this moment. Pull all 3 of them off the graph and write down their ordered pair.
Miss
So all I need you to do is to pull them off the graph and write them down as ordered pairs. Then, if you think you know it, it says you're doing a 90 degree. If you think you can do a 90-degree rotation, then do a 90 degree. If not, wait on me. So pull all 3 of them off. If you think you can go ahead and rotate them 90 degrees, go ahead and change them into the new ordered pair.
I need help.
Okay, did you write down the first one I gave you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you didn't fill in J or L. Did you fill in L?
Mm.
L I told you was -3, 1. So write down your ordered pair, put -3,
Yeah. And comma, what's next one, J?
Negative.
comma,
J. Alright, so you start at 0.
your little comma, like you got here, your little comma.
How many do I go over to get to J? Alright, so go
Okay.
5.
Now,
It's
you
gonna
gotta
be
do
X,
the same thing for these
parentheses,
6.
X.
So,
Huh?
he's doing J
Negative
right
5.
now. Mr. Martinez,
Alright, so if we start at
he's doing
0,
J.
how many points do we go over to get to J? Remember,
That's
if you look at the other graph I gave you, I showed you that if you go left, it's negative. So it's 1.
2, 3, 4, 5.
So That's your
so
first number.
X is gonna be -5.
So you're doing J.
How many did you go up? So that's if you go up 1, that's
So
positive.
that's -5, and then, comma,
Up,
now,
if you go up, it's positive or negative?
Positive.
So up, +1.
I got it.
You got it?
okay,
And then they get the
so
K too, bro.
it says
Do you need to point at it? 'Cause it's kinda hard to see.
And that's right, yes, all we good.
Huh?
All looks
Which
good.
one? So which one? Okay?
I'm done.
Yeah.
Okay, have we got these all pulled off now?
Hey, listen.
Got -3,
I get to -3. How many do you gotta go up all the way to get here? Like that.
got -5,
Maybe the pointer you can see.
See the now, it's a positive 3 to up to
Okay.
positive 1, 2, 3.
Because L is 1.
Yes.
You gotta go up 2, that's in the
You
middle.
had to start at
So
0,
go up one more to
remember?
get
So you
K.
had to go over how many over K?
Yeah, it'd be -3
You
positive.
gotta get under K. How many did you go over?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, everybody should have pulled these off by now.
Okay, so count with me, okay? I'll point. 0.
1, 2, 3.
So it's left. Is that gonna be positive or negative?
It's the,
So -3, first one. Just put a minus sign in front of it.
okay.
The first one you got. And how many did you go up?
1, 2, 3.
Okay, so the other one where you have 1, you're gonna put.
I just saw it. You doing this for all?
Yes, but it's gonna be on IXL. And you actually have to graph them.
That's perfect, right? That's good.
But we're gonna get started before class is over. Well, maybe we won't. Okay, yes. Now, listen. J. J. What was J?
-5.
It was -5 and 1. K was
-3.
-3 and +3. So those were my 3 original points. If they were 90-degree rotations, what did that tell me to do? Told me to switch, and which one of them changed? Y. So when I bring Y to the front, it's got to change. So I'm going to bring this to the front, and when I do, it's got to change. So instead of being +1 now, it's going to be -1. So it's going to be -1, -3. And instead of being +1, it's going to be -1, -5. And now when I bring this one to the front, it's going to be -3 and -3.
And maybe I missed you saying it, but how do you want them to know which one it is of all 3? Or are you just gonna tell them?
What do you mean by the 90-degree? It's going to tell them.
You gonna tell them?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just share it.
It'll tell them.
Okay, cool.
So like it told them here that they were doing
Okay, gotcha, I see that.
at 90 degrees.
I see that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll tell them which one they're doing.
I am hungry.
So, any questions?
What you say now?
Hey, contain yourself to me, not each other. So, any problems? Okay. See if you can pull these off real quick. So this time you got 4. So again, I need the 4 ordered pairs, J, K, L, and M. And I need you to write them down. What are the ordered pairs? What is J, K, L, and M? J, K, L, and M, count and find me the 4 ordered pairs.
I just forgot.
Okay, start at 0. Here's 0.
I got J.
So now you went over 2 and you didn't go anywhere, so it was
0.
2, 0. Now, doesn't matter where you go next.
Alright, I got that.
So if I go in order, that means K is next. So to go to K, K is over here. So that means I'm going to have to go where? So that's positive 2, and it's up 1. Okay, so now just do the same thing. Huh? Are you doing M or are you doing L?
I'm on K, you
Oh, that was 2. No, as long as you got all 4 of them, I don't care which one you did first or second, as long as you got all 4 of them. Is what? Is K? Yes, K is over 2. So you go to the second one and then go up. So it is 2 something. Now, if you pay attention, once you write these, this is 180 degrees. So after you have them written, go ahead and see if you can change it to 180 degrees. If you move to the right, yes, it is a positive. If you move to the left, it is a negative. Okay, so once you have them written, go ahead and change it to 180 degrees. If you go up, it is positive. Yes. If you move to the right, it's a positive. If you move up, it is a positive. If you move left or down, they are negative. Okay.
Miss Sullivan didn't do this.
Well, we're about to check. So, let's go ahead and get started. So, J. So, when you did J, I'm going to try and go under it here. So, J is what? What is J?
Negative 2, 0.
Negative 2, 0.
I didn't know how to say that.
Okay. I'm going to go in order. So, K. K was what? 2 and 4.
Negative 4.
Okay. So I've got these 2 already. Negative 2, 0 and 2, 4. Now I'm going to do L. So L is up here. So it's what? 2, negative 2, 5. So it's negative 2, 5. And now we're going to do the last one, which is M, and it is what? Negative 3 and 3. Okay. So I've got my 4 ordered pairs. So now, your job was to do this 180 degrees. What did 180 degrees say? Said what? Leave them alone and what? Change both signs. So I don't move anything, I just change them from positive to negative, negative to positive. So, negative 2, 0 is going to become what? 2 and 0. 2 and 4 is going to become what?
Negative 2 and negative 4.
Negative 2 and negative 4. Negative 2, 5 becomes
2 and negative 5.
2 and negative 5. And negative 3, 3 becomes
3 and negative 3.
3 and negative 3. when you are doing 180 degrees, all you do is take what you are given and change it to its opposite. So if it's negative, you change it to positive. If it's positive, you change it to negative. It does not matter. You don't move anything, you don't switch anything. You simply change the number to its opposite. Now, the only one that does not get changed is 0. 0 never gets changed. 0 is always 0. So you have to know originally what the point is. So if you cannot pull them off the graph, we are going to have a major problem. Then you got to be able to change it according to what you are given. So question. I don't know why you just randomly talk. You see my list right here? This is for those who can't seem to be quiet, who like to just talk randomly for no reason, who get extra IXLs. Do you want an extra one? So if you can't seem to stop talking about random things, you're going to get an extra one. And it's going to be some nice multi-step inequality that you're not going to want. I'm not going to make it fun. Like put this dot on the graph. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to make it something you don't want to do. So we're going to have to learn to be quiet and stop talking when we don't need to be talking. Okay. Any questions? Well, considering we don't really have time to actually practice this and do these, what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to do exactly what you're doing here. So listen, stop moving, because I don't want to hear I didn't know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a page just like this one. You are not going to graph. Do you hear me? No graphing. If you graph, you just do extra work for no reason. No graphing. All you're going to do is exactly what we just did, which is what? You're going to pull the points off, and you're going to change them according to whatever they tell you. We are not going to graph yet. We may graph some tomorrow, since we were cut short by a few minutes. But all you're going to do tonight is pull the points off and then change them according to whether it's 90 degrees, 180 degrees, whatever it is. Tomorrow, we may put them back on the graph. Okay? But that's all you're going to do tonight. I think you can handle that. Now, like I said,